Oh, hi guys. Welcome back. This is episode 3 of Okay, but listen. How fun. Thanks for being here. Um okay, so this episode is kind of a fun topic. I really wanted to go into um so I well, let me back up. I was talking with my sister the other day, and it just kind of dawned on me that like this is her last year of high school. She's going to be turning 18, and like to me she'll always be my little Claire Bear that's just running around ruthless. And the fact that she's turning 18 in a couple months is like, I don't know why. It was such a like just a wake up call for me because obviously I'm also getting older, and it kind of just got me thinking about my birthday. And I really feel like this is a topic that we need to kind of we need to chat about because birthdays as an adult are so different, and I really was let down by what birthdays are like when you're an adult and how they're portrayed on social media and just like expectation levels. And yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that I want to start off with is just the fact that okay, I my birthday's in December. I will be turning 25. Dun dun dun. So, which I think means I'm supposed to be going into my quarter life crisis. Which I feel brewing. I felt it brewing for a while. I feel it. I know why it's a thing. Norman, would you like to say hi? Would you like to say hi? No, he doesn't. Sit. Okay. Norman might join us for this portion of the episode. Um, and I just think that when I was younger, and I don't know, like people in movies and TV shows in their 20s, I just really thought it was gonna feel a lot different than it is. To be honest, if you were to ask 18-year-old Emily what she thought her life would look like at 24, 25, um she would have thought that, she'd be married and maybe even have a kid by now. I 18-year-old Emily was ambitious in that traditional family lifestyle and really just thought that, that's where she was headed. That's where she was going to go. And I think I think that's great, and I really do personally hope to get married and have kids one day. And and I was thinking about it when I was talking to my sister. I was really thinking about it, and I was like, I'm going to be 25. And when my mom was 25, like she already had me. I think she might have been pregnant with my sister Claire. Maybe not yet, but she was married. You know what I mean? Like I think the timeline is just so, I feel so much younger than my age is, if that makes sense. Like I still feel like I'm going into my senior year of high school. Like I still feel like I don't know how I'm trusted with adult money and adult choices. And I it it's wild to me because I still feel so young and so oblivious and naive and stupid. But I don't know, it's kind of crazy to me, and I had this moment of panic because so many people I know that, whether I knew them from high school, whether I met them in college, a lot of them are married with kids, or it seems like their career is super successful and they've just really taken off. And like it's I feel like when I go on to social media in particular and when I hear stories from people, I really get this sense that most people around me have found their path and their direction and their purpose. And I feel like I'm still searching for mine. I still feel pretty lost, and I get down about it sometimes because I feel like I should have it figured out by now. I mean, gosh, I'm going to be 25. Not that life is on a timeline, but I feel like I should have something, which is really not like it is really sad of me to say because I do have a lot and I have accomplished a lot, but it's I mean, you're your toughest critic and it's easier to see the grass is always greener on the other side and how everybody's life is just so much better and they seem to have it all put together, but I still feel like I'm still searching. I don't know what's going on. Half the time, actually 90% of the time, I have no idea what's going on. Um and I I don't know, and I feel like when I talk to people, like friends of mine who are married or who seem to have a really great career. And I feel like when I talk to them and I really kind of disclose that I am feeling as lost as I am, and they try to comfort me and they're like, there's no timeline to life. There's no, this or that. And I feel like it doesn't make me feel better because I'm like, you've obviously found your path. You've obviously found what you want to do. So obviously it's easier for you to tell me that there's no timeline and it's just life and you'll figure it out and it'll be great. Easier said than done, my friend. Um and okay, here's something that nobody tells you about being an adult. You can reach goals and like accomplish some of your dreams and still feel lost. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I thought that, I mean, okay, for example, growing up, I've always wanted to live in a big city, in a nice apartment, way up in the sky, lights everywhere, people everywhere, noise everywhere. That was a dream of mine. I always wanted to have a big city apartment. And goal achieved. I live in a nice apartment, not super high up in the sky, but high enough. There's lights everywhere, there's noise everywhere, there's people everywhere. It's the exact dream that I was hoping for, literally. And yet I still feel like obviously I love it. I love living here, but I still feel lost. Not lost, but like I don't know. And I feel like we need to talk about this more because if I were to just put all of my life on paper, it would seem like I am living a really really good life, which I am. I'm not saying I'm not grateful for it. I'm very grateful for my life. But like I have a really good job. I have time to do things like this. I have my beautiful apartment. I have my lovely dream dog. I have, clothes that I like to wear. I have extra money to do fun things. Like, I really do have a good life, but I really do think we need to normalize and talk more about the feeling of being lost while you've already had a taste of success. Because I thought that once you reach a goal, once you achieve a dream, you know, you kiss a frog that finally turns into your prince, that you would just have this like euphoric feeling of happiness for forever. And that's not reality. And I don't know why I thought it was, but that's why I think we need to normalize it. Okay. Anyways, moving swiftly on. Um, let's talk about going through a midlife crisis and what that looks like. Um, obviously everybody's different in their mentality and just things that they're going through, life in general, blah 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 blah. Um my midlife crisis is definitely triggered by the fact that I don't know where I'm supposed to be or what I'm supposed to do. Like I do like my job. I like where I'm living. I miss I miss where I was living. I was living in North Dakota. LOL. If you were to tell 18-year-old Emily that she would miss living in North Dakota over a big city that she's living in now, appalled. She'd walk away. She'd block you, actually. Um so that's wild of me to say. And I almost throw up every time I say it, but it is the truth. I do miss living in North Dakota. I miss my friends. Um but is that where I'm supposed to be? I don't know. Am I supposed to be here? I don't know. But I mean I do know, like, obviously God has a plan for me and I am supposed to be where I'm at for a reason. I am a big believer in everything happens for a reason. So I know that obviously this is where I'm supposed to be, but I can't shake this feeling of, huh? That's the feeling. I don't know. That's just, I don't know how to explain it. And maybe somebody else can put it into better words, but my mental state is just, huh? That's just what it is. But and I also, okay, let's talk about, and meh, okay. So obviously, yes, can't shake this feeling. And so I feel like my midlife crisis isn't gonna necessarily be a crisis where, like, it's not gonna be like Britney Spears esque where I just shave my head. Um, but I am definitely weighing options and taking suggestions. Um, so far, the biggest thing I want to do is just buy a really nice car. I have always had this dream of having a sports car, and not even like something that's like crazy crazy, but like something that's still able to be a daily driver, but something that's fast and something that just looks hot but also chic, you know. Um I have a couple things. I have a couple cars in mind, but they're expensive and I don't have that money to just drop on that kind of car. But the midlife crisis that has been loading in the back of my brain is like, you know what? Life's short. You might die tomorrow. Go get the car and drive it fast, safely. The other side of me that's like, Emily, you gotta, take that money and invest it or save it or something like that. Be responsible, think about your future. I'm really sitting on the fence on this one. It's definitely split 50-50. Um so stay tuned, I guess. But that's kind of where my midlife crisis is heading, is just buying a really nice car. So, not the end of the world. Financially maybe, but not the end of the world. Let's talk about this. This is also another thing that we need to normalize and chat about is birthdays as an adult and the expectations that you have for them and the disappointment that occurs every single year. Now, maybe this is just a personal problem and maybe this is just something I need to reflect on, but I have found that as soon as I chose to live on my own, birthdays kind of suck. Like, I love birthdays. Birthdays are seriously my favorite thing. I go all out for my friends' birthdays. I just love it. I love birthdays. I think they're precious. I think they're cute. Um, but I feel like when it comes to your own and it comes to the day of, at least for myself, I put these unrealistic expectations that I don't even know about on my birthday. And when it doesn't happen, it's ultra depressing and causes lots of anxiety and sadness. Because I find that when you go on social media and you see somebody celebrate their birthday, it's like, oh my gosh, Sarah that lives in 301 has 50 people celebrating her birthday, and they threw her a surprise party, and they're all skinny. They all have perfect hair, and they're going out for drinks, and they're popping champagne, and they're having a good time, and she just loves life. And wow, okay, so maybe that's what I want my birthday to look like. And then my birthday doesn't look like that. And then I'm like, oh, so am I a loser? Or, or also, I grew up in the Midwest, and so since my birthday's in December, I have deep trauma of every childhood birthday party that my mom planned for me being canceled because of weather. There is deep trauma from that. And I think I got one birthday party. My mom planned one every year. I got one that actually worked out. Every other year was canceled because of weather. And that does something to someone. That definitely does something to someone. And I just, I'm so jealous of those that have summer birthdays because I'm like, you literally could go do anything, anything at all, wear whatever you want. As an adult on my birthday, if I want to go to the bar, I can't wear like a super cute outfit because I got to wear my jacket because I'm too grown to go out and walk around in my outfit without a jacket. I'm past that. I can't do that anymore. So then I have to stand in the bar holding on to my jacket because it's like 90 degrees in the bar once you get there, but it's negative 30 outside and blizzarding. Um, or, if you want to drive somewhere, probably can't because the roads are bad. Um, I'm really envious of summer birthdays. So if you have a summer birthday, genuine question for you, how does it feel to be God's favorite? LOL. Kidding, but also kind of not. So here's my thing. And here's what I've done because I kind of got to a point, and this is what I did for my last two birthdays. So the year I turned 22 or 23, and then this last year that I turned 24. I kind of started a new tradition for myself, and I think it's kind of great. And it's really helped that birthday anxiety and birthday depression of not having a big blowout or not having a bunch of people that celebrate you or just thinking that you're going to feel this immense happiness and joy and love. And it's really helped that. But basically, I take a me day the day before my birthday and I celebrate my last day of being that year. So this last year, it was my last day ever of being 23 years old. And I went out, I took the day off from work, I believe, and I went and got my toes done and went and had a massage. Like I just kind of had like a spa day, and I ate all my favorite foods. I watched my favorite movies, and like this might sound kind of lame, but it actually was super therapeutic for me. And it is on my TikTok at Emily Ann Sullivan if you want to go check it out. There I did make like a little vlog of my last day of being 23. And I bought myself flowers and got dessert, and it really made me feel special even though I was the only one that was participating in it. It really it definitely has helped me, and it's something that I want to do with my kids in the future of celebrating your last day being that age. I think i think is almost more exciting than your first day of being whatever, because you have a whole year to celebrate that and experience that age, but you'll never be that age again. you know I don't know, just food for thought. um yeah, that's all I have in my notes. So super appreciate you guys for hanging out with me again. This is super fun for me still. So, definitely planning on having more episodes. And if there's anything that you'd like to see in particular, please let me know. Either leave it below or find me on social media. Say hi. Um, But seriously, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Love you so much. And until our next chat.